Just in case you guys were wondering, all of the content that you see in regards to the personal and close interviews that we are having were pre-recorded because our team is super proactive and we have accumulated content that we would still like to share with you all. So we are practicing safe protocol. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Caitlin Ellis, the producer of SacTown Underground. And on today's episode, we have Graffiti For Good, Odd Cookie Bakery, our very own Keith Jouganatos with sports. And as always, we end the show with a musical performance by Toine Houston. Let's check it out. First, we have our very own Celestial Thomas at an Odd Cookie Bakery in Sacramento. Let's see what she has to say.
I am sitting in Odd Cookie Bakery located on
It's 1015 9th Street.
1015 9th Street. And as you guys can tell, I am somewhat breaking the rules by getting out of the house and doing what I need to do because I just can't be confined inside the house. Okay, it's just too much to do and I just can't do it. So, to make sure to ease your minds, I am sitting alongside my godmother, who is also my roommate and the proprietor and owner of Odd Cookie Bakery. Now, as you all know, what we like to highlight is the simple fact, what has COVID-19 detrimented in our community. And one certain particular type of business, such as restaurants, have been severely affected. Though some are still opening their doors, some have chosen to close, and some may stay closed indefinitely because of the impact of this virus. And so I'm sitting alongside my godmother, Anna Rodriguez, at Odd Cookie Bakery to promote the fact of her tenacity to continue forth despite the adversity and being open only, what?
7 weeks to the day.
7 weeks before the whole shutdown began. Now, tell me about what happened when you guys found out.
I heard about it, I believe, on Friday, that they were thinking about closing everything. And then Monday we were open for business and it was super slow. Sent everyone home early and then came in the next day and found out that we had to close.
And that was a very shocking thing. 7 weeks to open your doors in Midtown is a very big feat in terms of introducing yourself to the community.
Yes.
But
luckily,
yes.
We actually already got quite a few regulars and they've been coming back all the time, buying just lunch and cookies and cupcakes. So some of the state workers are actually starting to go back to work once a week now, so they're coming in a lot.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
Just, we're doing what we can.
And so what I want to highlight as well is the simple fact that restaurants are not just restaurants, especially what this woman would like to do at this place. And so I want you guys to get to know a little bit about Miss Anna Rodriguez and where this whole thing started. Now, Odd Cookie Bakery, where did that name originate from?
It actually originated from my dog, Potato. You know Potato very well. For those of you who don't know Potato, Potato is a very odd cookie. He's a big, almost 115-pound dog with a big, funny face. One day, I was in the refrigerator in the kitchen by myself, and I had the door open, and I closed the door, and he was just sitting there looking at me with this big, stupid grin on his face, like he does. And he has a spotted tongue that hangs out. And I just looked at him and I was like, you are an odd cookie. He's just so unbelievable. And that's where the name came from. It literally just went off in my head.
Odd Cookie Bakery is definitely as it sounds. You will find creations that you probably won't ever see unless you had a distorted dream, which a lot of her recipes come from.
Distorted though?
Distorted. But in a good way. It's kind of like, like the Willy Wonka world. It's like, you know, like those types of things. That's the way I think of, because there's so many colors, they're so vibrant, and like the creations that she makes with her cupcakes alone, guys, like they're amazing and they're beautiful. It is so delicious. Literally, she brings home these cupcakes, guys. This is why in quarantine people cannot lose weight, okay? She brought these home and she's like, you just have to try them. I was like, I really don't want to. She's like, please, just try them. So I wake up in the middle of the night.
I don't think that that's true.
And I go to the, I'm pacing back and forth looking at these cupcakes up and down. I'm like, okay, I'll just try it. Later on, 2 seconds later, I had 2 cupcakes and I didn't know what happened, and I go to sleep very upset, but at the same time very satisfied.
And then I get hate mail.
Yeah, exactly. So
Literal hate mail.
It wasn't for me, it was from other customers of how delicious this stuff is, okay? It's addicting. No bias. But tell me about your background in pastries.
Well, it started pretty much as soon as I could walk. Always loved cookies. Cookie was my first word I ever said in my life. My grandmother really got me into cooking. She didn't bake all that much, but she made a lot of cookies. And her answer to everything in life was a cookie. If you felt sick, there was a cookie. If you had a good day, there was a cookie. It was literally
that
cookies
sounds amazing.
everywhere. I actually have a tribute to my grandmother here on my arm. It's a teddy bear with a cookie jar. And then the older I got, the more I got into baking. And then I went to culinary school in 2012. I graduated the pastry program at Tante Marie's in the city. And then I started doing catering, lots and lots of weddings and baby showers. And then I decided to finally open up my own place. And I looked for a solid year before I actually locked down this location. And then this happened.
For any person who is an entrepreneur, there is so much that goes into it. So finding a place and then opening your doors, it is devastating. And for anybody, even now, people who've been in business for over 30 years are finding themselves like, what are we gonna do? Yeah. But it is with perseverance and a good social media following, which she's growing very much. You guys can find her anywhere on like Instagram, and she has a great website. But I definitely want to talk to you guys not just about her pastries, because though she is fantastic at that, she also has very delicious food as well. A fried chicken sandwich.
Yes.
First of all, tell us a little bit about that.
So, your eyes are getting creepy again.
So good.
Her eyes get really big when she likes food.
It's like watery.
Well, it starts with, we make all of our own buns in-house. So they're like the Hawaiian sweet rolls that you can get at the grocery store in the pack, but we make them fresh and they are much bigger.
Bread orders, guys. If you guys want bread orders, this is the lady to contact as well. So go on.
A lot of rolls in here. And then it's got everything we do is in-house. So it's got slaw, it's got avocado, it's got, you can have your choice actually of panko crusted chicken, or we have a frosted flake fried chicken sandwich.
Go on.
And then I always recommend crystal hot sauce on it. Makes all the difference. And then it comes with whatever you want on the side. We have in-house chips, we have fries, we have salad.
And so I think ever since she's introduced it, she's probably had this specific burger every day. Fried pickle burger.
I eat a lot of fried pickle burgers. I
do. Look at this. This is also another myth. Not all pastry chefs are not small. That's why people don't trust her. But let me tell you, she has a stomach named Barry. That's his name, and he likes to eat. And that is the reason why all of these creations can happen. Is she can be her own test Barry. June, I know you guys are gonna be opening up your bar as well, right?
Yes.
Yay, alcohol!
It should actually even be before we hit June.
Yay!
Yeah, thank God.
So pairing up alcohol with delicious pastries, you can't
infusing
beat it.
Alcohol as well with pastries.
Infusing alcohol with pastries, man, way to get your calories in. Don't worry, you'll be drunk.
They're calorie-free cupcakes.
I mean, come on, it's all about how you think about it, okay?
It's all a mindset.
This is mindset, y'all. Come on. Look, she's living proof. I'm just telling you.
True.
But also, one thing that we didn't talk about is what this can also be. It's a very big space, as you guys can see, and there are many things that you want to do with it. Tell us your dream.
Well, before all this happened, we actually have a private room upstairs that's pretty big. We were planning on doing, like, renting that out for private events, baby showers, birthday parties, whatnot. Now we're actually going to have to open that and use it for seating, since the tables, I believe, are still going to have to be 6 feet apart. We need to get as many tables in here as possible, just, not waste space. Eventually, I do have a very soft spot for at-risk youth. And I would really like to do an after-school program for just teaching them kitchen skills, just even the basics. So, especially anyone in the foster system, it's pretty rough when you turn 18 and all of a sudden you're on your own. A lot of times you have no support unless you have an awesome family that you're living with that supports you. So, you don't really have any skills. You may have worked fast food through high school, or I worked retail all through high school, but you don't really have anything that can really get you out and get you on your feet and get you making money so you can get a place of your own, because you essentially don't have anywhere to go.
Guys, Odd Cookie Bakery, not only a place where you can indulge in your deepest fantasies, but also to promote the dream of being able to bring culture, bring responsibility, bring stability to those who may not have it. And I hope that we can sustain, and not only the way things are now. I hope this time has brought you time to reflect on what's important, delve in quality, because those who have persevered have something not just to prove, but to share. And so Odd Cookie Bakery, come out, support. I know that they are available for DoorDash.
Yes.
DoorDash, you guys can hit it up. You don't even have to leave your house to get cupcakes. What kind of world do we live in? A great one. Okay, let's just say that much. And you guys do not want to miss her creations. You can find any of those pictures on Instagram. She posts them daily, tantalizing you, titillating you. We post every time that we take pictures.
Pretty much whenever I remember.
But you can definitely go on her website to see the full menu that she will have for the week, right? Is
Yes.
that correct? All right.
Yes. It switches typically every Monday. We try to get the new website going either Saturday or Sunday. We are closed Saturdays and Sundays.
Good to know. So actually hours, please.
Yes. So it's changed quite a bit since we started this. It's just really unpredictable right now. We started out just a couple hours for lunch. That just wasn't enough. So now we are 11:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday.
11:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Just don't think about it. She has to sleep. And so
I still don't.
she's dreaming of cupcakes.
Too.
Odd Cookie Bakery, guys. You guys are not only getting deliciousness, but deliciousness with educational history in the background. Okay, she got them skills, yo. From, what was it called?
Tante Marie's.
Tante Marie's, dog. That just sounds like they know what they're doing. Stuff French.
It's French.
Bonjour.
Okay, you're getting weird.
Hola. No, that's Spanish. Never mind. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Celestial Thomas again, alongside Miss Anna Rodriguez, my lovely, my everything, my godmother. Come support. Come out. Do what you do. Eat them cupcakes.
Eat my food.
Eat her food. It's delicious. Okay? No bias. Delicious. Thank you very much once again, guys, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
Next, we have our very own Matthew Gilliam out at Graffiti For Good, hosted by SNR. Let's check it out.
Graffiti For Good is a nonprofit founded in Sacramento, California, with a vision to bring mural art and graffiti and street art around the world. It was founded by John Blair, Ten Blair, and myself, Rod Malloy, several years ago. And we're doing our first major event that we've been planning for over a year to do here at the Sacramento News and Review offices, which has an amazing back wall on an alley that has space for 8 artists to do their work.
What inspired me to do the competition is that I'm an artist myself, and I want to see other artists get highlighted in my local area. I want to see beautification, I want to see partnerships between businesses, and I want to see artists be uplifted and be able to have freedom of expression.
And what's wonderful is the spirit and the mission behind Graffiti For Good is to bring together artists who have great experience and very unique styles, and to partner them up with budding artists who really need to learn from the masters?
It's 8 different groups of artists. Some are single, some have a couple people with them. They are competing for a spread in the August SNR Sacramento News and Reviews issue. COVID-19 has definitely put a halt on a lot of social gatherings. Luckily for us, graffiti is naturally social distancing and you wear masks. They're basically going to take the theme of strength in adversity, and they're going to implement their own artistic idea and expression on the wall for other people, public, to vote on.
What graffiti is for me is the opportunity for me to speak and to say things and be able to show up in places that historically I haven't been able to be heard, or my people haven't been able to be heard. There's a specific person who inspired me in the hip hop culture, KRS-One, who is predominantly known for his emceeing and teaching by way of speaking through his raps, was also a graffiti writer. And that was part of what was so appealing to me about the hip hop culture, is that you could be multiple things inside this culture.
I guess one of the things I find most fascinating about graffiti is it's sort of kind of art that people experience, like when maybe they aren't expecting to experience art. Like I think typically you go to a museum or a gallery, and you sort of put yourself in a mindset of like, I'm going to go look at art. Whereas graffiti could catch you, you get caught by a train and you know, maybe you're having a bad day and some bright, beautiful piece of artwork goes by you and it kind of could change, the momentum of your day. And so I think it's really awesome because of that kind of element. I mean, it's got like a, Buddhist, temporary vibes, and it becomes part of its environment.
I came here to paint. I haven't painted in a while, and this is a way for me to kind of just, get out of the house and to not really think about society right now, and just kind of be with myself and be with these other creators and other people in the community to just create. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't care if I win. I don't care if I lose. I'm just here to have a good time.
So I'm Jeff Foncano. I'm the CEO and founder of the Sacramento News Review, and we at the News Review have a tremendous commitment to art, and we've been able to have our building be a canvas. So on one wall we have a beautiful piece of art by the Afghan woman street artist. Now, if you go examine what she did, it's her. It's a figure like her, high above the buildings, playing her music. Now, if you look closely, it's she doesn't have a mouth, because she feels that in her country, in Afghanistan, women don't have a position to put out their voice, and so she's using this street art to be able to do that. And so we were really delighted to have Sacramento support us bringing an international person to put that beautiful piece of art. And then our other wall, we get to have a more street art here, where we're allowing local artists to be able to show off their stuff legally and give them a space where they can take some time and do something individually. We think this is really important for the community.
And now we have our very own sports commentator, Keith Jouganatos. Let's see what he has to say.
Thank you once again. I'm Keith Jouganatos. We say welcome to our sports section. O.J. Simpson has a Twitter account. I can't make this up. I'm not making this up. I wish I was making this up. Orenthal James Simpson is back in the headlines once again. Getting fresh out of jail after that little robbery stint in Vegas, O.J. Simpson, one of America's most infamous and notorious celebrities, is back in the public eye, and he's hitting you on your social media airwaves. Simpson's Twitter account went public more so a little more than 6 or 7 months ago, but already he's making the rounds on Twitter and on social media. Put this into perspective. In less than 24 hours, Simpson's Twitter account racked up over 900,000 followers. How crazy is that? I've had my Twitter account for over 5 years, and I haven't even cracked 3,000 yet. But O.J. Simpson's cracked over 500 grand worth of followers in less than 24 hours. Who would have thought about that? Of course, there will always be an addiction, maybe a craving more so is a better word, for the American public when it comes to Mr. Simpson. After all, you can't just talk about O.J. Simpson and not talk about how he's gotten to this point. In the 1960s, O.J. Simpson rose from the ghettos of San Francisco to one of the most famous football players and sports figures in modern American history. In less than 2 years, Simpson went from the Bay Area, unknown, unheralded, no one knew who he was, and synonymously went to the University of Southern California and became one of the greatest running backs of all time. He won the Heisman Trophy. In the NFL, he rushed for over 2,000 yards in a single season, joining only a handful of other players to do so. He was the spokesperson for Hertz. He endorsed numerous products. He was one of the biggest TV stars, movie stars in the entire world. And oh yeah, in the 1990s, there was kind of that thing where he was accused and later acquitted of guilt of murdering Ron Goldman and his late wife. So yeah, Simpson did have that also, if you want to, say everything that went on. After that, Simpson's life was never the same. Imagine this in the eyes of O.J. Simpson. And this is what it comes down to when you try to compare what it was like when Simpson was acquitted of double murder, when Simpson took the Ford Bronco and tried to run off, running like he'd always been his entire career from defenders. Only this time he was driving away from the police, the Los Angeles Police Department. What if I told you that Derek Jeter, of all people, was accused of murdering 2 people? That's basically what it was like times 1,000 with Simpson. It wasn't enough for O.J. Simpson to get off free by the eyes of many. He went to Florida, where he lived life like a leopard. And then, on one fail night, when Simpson, who had been forced to give up most of his belongings, found out there was an opportunity to steal some of them back, he jumped at the chance and with multiple men barged into a Las Vegas hotel room and demanded to give him his stuff back. Only there was no stuff. But this time there was something waiting on the other door for O.J. Simpson. It was jail time. Simpson has been out of the public eye for more than 10 years, but already he's back in it, ready to stir up some more drama. Only this time, Simpson's giving you his opinion on numerous things, from fantasy football to his golf escapades. Simpson is everywhere, and he's anywhere you could possibly imagine him to be. But that's the problem. Simpson has never taken the easy route on anything. Simpson still thinks this is 1988. He's one of the biggest stars. Yes, Mr. Simpson, you are one of the biggest stars, but you are not for the right reasons. You are still in the public eye, even though you've been given multiple opportunities to get out of the public eye. Of course, that's the biggest addiction. That's the craving that Simpson has always had since he was a youth. Since he won that Heisman Trophy, Simpson has been addicted to fame and fortune. And nothing is going to change that anytime soon. Just like nothing is going to change the public infatuation with O.J. Simpson. We are never going to get tired of his story. It is a story that mixes everything in America like a great Shakespearean drama. Fame, fortune, race, the arrival, and the downfall of celebrities. We're still doing it now with TMZ and all these other brands and companies. We love to see celebrities. We love to make American heroes, and then, just as big as we build them up, we can't wait to tear them down. Only in Simpson's case, this has been on his own part. But he won't leave anytime soon, just like he won't admit to anybody that for now, he's okay with being black. But he wasn't before he was accused of killing those 2 people. Simpson relied on the public to help get him out of his drama. And now he's trying to rely on getting them back. Only Simpson doesn't realize that you can't undo what has not been able to be undone. He will always be looked at in the public eye, whether good or bad, as a man who murdered 2 people. And that's the biggest thing, because for all of Simpson's achievements, all of his runs, all of his great stats, all of his commercials, all of his endorsements, he will always be known as a person who may or may have not have, depending on who you are, who murdered 2 people. And there's that will change that with Simpson. And he can have all the Twitter accounts that he wants. He can have all the Facebook accounts he wants. It doesn't change the fact that Simpson will always be looked at in the public eye as a bum. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you, and back to you in the newsroom.
And always, we end our show with a musical performance. And today we have Flippant by Toine Houston.
Feels good to be so flippant. A quiet taste, so no wonder I'm so different. Ascended to my dimension, convention does not apply. I wonder what shall I mention? How wonderful, well am I try. No way will I've gonna tie it, sugar coating the flyness that defines this chocolate covered dopeness. See, it's not a hella young metaphor, coated tongue. Used to give the gab to get out of getting jumped. Okay. First because I was a tomboy, then cause I wasn't one. Pushing me up into a corner, bell ring around, say 1, 2, I'm in a cipher for work, and 3, now I'm headed home. 4 years total, passport not taking me up to Switzerland. Yeah, that was crazy, yeah, you can't fade me, hell no, I ain't faded. Look, mom, I done made it a miss. All the crazy, your baby is doing big. Went from poet in a park to blessing African kings. I don't gotta drip like they do. I don't gotta spit like they do. I don't give a shit what they do. Get it? Flip it. I don't even gotta get that mad, cause chicks still gonna get that bag. I don't give a get who gets mad. Get it? Flip it. I don't gotta drip like you do. I don't gotta spit like you do. I don't give a shit what you do. Get it? Flip it. I don't even gotta get that mad, cause chicks still gonna get that bag. I don't give a get who gets mad. Get it? Flip it. Look up and I'm in Cali, SacTown raised. Though now when I pull up, they call me Valley. Do by not doing, I do what I'm doing. It's too experimental for few, so I'm cluing all. Interested, I'm doing all solicited activities. It's riveting, not limiting my wealth while distancing myself. Repositioning, all sickening adversity to self. Yo, it's crazy asserting myself. But yeah, I got that foreign whip. Passport number 2 for all my foreign trips. But she on some foreign deciding which UK city I should start my tour off with. Some seem upset. No, serious, I'm so serious. Why so curious about my bag? Are you mad? Are you mad? Respect's earned. I'm jet lag. Yo, that's crazy. You can't fade me, I ain't faded. Look, mom, I done made it. Your baby is doing well. Went from cleaning a White Castle to showcasing my scales. I don't gotta drip like they do. I don't gotta spit like they do. I don't give a shit what they do. Get it? Flip it. I don't even gotta get that mad, cause chicks still gonna get that bag. I don't give a get who gets mad. Get it? Flip it. I don't gotta drip like you do. I don't gotta spit like you do. I don't give a shit what you do. Get it? Flip it. I don't even gotta get that mad, cause chicks still gonna get that bag.